are based upon Shakespeare or something like that. But once you hit around the 1920s, there's a weird intersection between those two things, that you start to see the plays start to feel a little bit more sinister. They're a much grander scale. They don't feel as Shakespearean anymore. So that image that you see of the altar with the fire, that is a ritual called the cremation of care ceremony. And this is the opening ritual of Bohemian Grove. They do this at I think it's sort of at the beginning. It's not quite the first day, but what they are doing is in effigy, they are sacrificing Care, who they say is not a child. And if you go back and you read the materials from the Bohemian Club when they first started writing all of these plays, this is actually like the third or fourth iteration of a play that was originally about Apollo. So it goes from being about Apollo to being about Care, and that owl god is supposed to be, from what I understand, Apollo for some reason. I'm not sure how they got to Apollo being an owl.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Athena.
Remember that name, y'all. Remember that name, Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that name. Please don't forget that name, because there's a reason why I'm telling y'all later on into this lesson. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Not Apollo. And what they're doing, or what they say they're doing, is that this ritual is they are burning away their cares, their worldly concerns, so that they can all really just dive in to the debauchery of Bohemian Grove. And this, I think, scares away some of the normies. I think that's part of why they do it, is some people they'll go for the first few days, and then this is kind of the grand opening ceremony. And that might be the point where you're like, you know what? I don't really feel like this is my thing. I'm going to scoot out. And then you get into, you've gotten rid of all the people who might rat. You've gotten rid of all the people who might look down on this, might be willing to, toss it out, because now you've been there and you got to explain why you were at this ritual. Why were you watching this? And Alex Jones obviously gets in and he looks at this and he's like, what is this? I just saw somebody come into the chat saying Reagan and Nixon took part. I don't know about Reagan specifically. What I do know is that when
y'all remember when I told y'all them men's that was on there, them men's right there? Reagan, Nixon, right there.
It's one of those things where it's this the whole
we'll end it right there, right? Because I got a lot I want to read. We'll end it right there. All right. All right, let me get back to this book, right? It says a prophet who foretold something to the Lord's people in ancient times, but that prediction did not come to pass, was to be killed for deceiving the people. Now, here's another important note from the scriptures to remember in testing prophets. Let me skip ahead real quick. All right, let me skip ahead. Shalom, everybody coming in the chat. All praise to the Most High. Right. It says right here, when the Jews were deceived into worshiping the cosmic gods of nature and were sent into captivity by the Lord to Babylon as a punishment for their idolatry, certain Jewish priests, while in Babylon, studied deep into the ancient Babylonian mysteries. These priests produced what became a philosophy called the Kabbalah. Some of these English spellings of a Hebrew word whose more correct transliteration is Kabbalah, whose meaning is receiving or that which is received. Now, I'm reading this specifically because me and a brother we was talking about this topic a little earlier, and he was like, man, don't forget the Kabbalah. I was like, don't worry about it, Hebrew. I got you. All right. And we all know that we heard mention on the earlier videos that we watched that the Freemasons have a link to the Babylonian Talmud. Pretty much all the Kabbalah is, right? It's just a wicked version of the Bible. And it ain't nothing but witchcraft. It's all witchcraft, right? It says the Kabbalah's central doctrine, say the Kabbalists, deals with the unfolding of the hidden and unknowledgeable God into the fullness of the manifest God known by his works. In other words, they try to explain that which is hidden that the Lord has not revealed, right? The scientific name for this science is metaphysics. The word Kabbalah actually derived from the Hebrew verb kabul or kabel, which means to receive, and implies that the Kabbalah was received in the form of special revelations by a few of the elect who were especially chosen for the privilege because of their saintliness. We know this is false. We know this is off, right? No, this is off because the Most High didn't give these instructions to nobody. All right. Let me scoot on a little bit here. Let me find my spot. Where is it? Right. It says here, like Roman Catholic Church doctrines, there are enormous amounts of blasphemous claims against the God of heaven that can be found in their literature. All right, talking about the Kabbalah. However, space does not allow us to venture too far into this diabolical scheme to deceive. But to summarize what basically the Kabbalah is, it can be summed up in one word: magic. And its roots are found in Babylon. Kabbalistic magic is mainly arranging numbers and combining Hebrew letters and their numerical values into magical squares and anagrams.
Stop right there, Hebrew. Stop right there.
Sir.
Read that part right there where we're talking about the symbols and stuff. What you just read right there. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something. Go ahead.
It says Kabbalistic magic is mainly arranging numbers and combining Hebrew letters and their numerical values into magical squares and anagrams.
AKA music, your music videos. They put that stuff in your music. They put Hebrew letters and all this Kabbalah magic in those music videos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me tell you who one of the head Kabbalists out there. She's one of the head. Madonna. Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yep.
Katy Perry?
Yep. What's that one all these young people like? She's supposed to be dating this football guy. Taylor Swift. No, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, because she was at the Super Bowl that year doing something crazy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
yep.
They put this stuff in our face. And okay. And let me show you that the Negro ain't far from it. Beyonce.
Oh, yeah,
Rihanna. Who else we got? It's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. It's a whole lot. Yeah, a lot of people
Who
don't
was
know.
Madonna dating back in the 90s? Go ahead, Tubi.
Yeah, I don't know. Nah, I was just gonna say this. People don't know. This Meg the Stallion, this Megan the male horse is one of them too.
Oh yeah. You know, back during the 90s, the head Kabbalist, Madonna, on the women's side, who was she dating? Dennis Rodman. Why do you think Dennis Rodman so zoned out and weird?
All right, a couple people in here said she dated Tupac.
She dated Tupac. Wow. Yeah, go ahead, Tupac. I just wanted to bring that up, but when you say that Kabbalistic magic, they put their stuff in the music videos.
Yes, sir. And who's behind the music?
The small hats.
Yeah, come on.
I ain't gonna say the name because they start to crack. You know, they
Yeah, they
just
don't.
bought
Yeah,
TikTok. You know what I'm saying? They try to, you know, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
yep. All right. It says the Kabbalists claim Moses used magic to bring the plagues against the Egyptians. However, it wasn't Moses who caused the plagues to fall upon the Egyptians. It was God himself. There will be more unveiling of the Kabbalah and how multitudes have been deceived by it as we study into the doctrines and purposes of the secret societies. However, before we study the origin and purposes of the secret societies, we need to examine an ancient mystical name given to schools or groups that taught Babylonian mysticism. They were known for centuries as, can I get a drum roll, please? The Illuminati. And they call Babylonian mysticism Illuminism. See, all of this, see, this is why I want I'll pray to the Most High, my brother at work. This is why I want it's from the Babylonian Hermetic Mystery School system. That's a fact. And once we get into this Genesis 6 conspiracy, it's going to unveil everything, right? Says the Encyclopedia Americana on page 698 says the Illuminati is a name taken or given to various groups of individuals existing during the past 2,000 years who believed in and taught a doctrine of illumination or inner light, Illuminism. However, the mystical name derived from its original source at a much earlier time. The Western equivalent to this Eastern mysticism is, what the brothers just say, Hermeticism, and we was talking about this earlier, Hebrew, Gnosticism, which we will also examine as we go on. The Illuminati.
Gnosticism.
Go ahead.
Did you say Gnosticism?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that Greek philosophy stuff? If I'm wrong, or is that something else?
Let's see.
Oh, I'm thinking of Stoicism.
Let's see. Gnostic definition. Right.
I may be thinking about Stoicism.
Might be thinking about Stoicism right here, because it says Gnosticism is relating to knowledge, especially esoteric mystical knowledge.
Esoteric mystical knowledge. Yeah, I'm thinking about Stoicism. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Stoicism is ancient Greek and Roman philosophy founded by Zeno of Citium.
Okay, my bad, Hebrew.
You good. But that Gnosticism, it goes into, like the mystics or the mysteries of hidden things or whatever, and they try to link that with the Bible.
But they try to link it with the Bible, but see, these blasphemers of the word of the Most High, they also use Psalms, the book of Psalms, too, to do spells. But go ahead, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. And then they say the King Solomon was the greatest witch, based on the Testament of Solomon, that he used demons to build the temple of the Most High.
I almost believe that. I really did.
Yeah.
Because when I came into the truth, instead of starting off with the Bible, I started off with the Bible, but I would listen to a brother bring out some information out there, the Testament of Solomon, and messed around and went over there and bought that book and threw that book in the garbage can when I first came to the because it freaked me out. I ain't lying. And that's why I tell people, start with the Bible first. Just work your way up. Don't jump over there because it's gonna freak you out. You're gonna be like, I don't know about this.
Zion Lex, he does teaches the Kabbalah, but I say, man, look, he stick to the language. Stick to the language and don't be trying to teach people nothing spiritual until you burn their Kabbalah. All right. It says the Illuminati taught living a life of purity and service would open their so-called inner senses so that they would obtain spiritual sight and clairvoyance. Y'all know what a clairvoyant is? It's a witch, right? One of them a fortune teller, right? Known as the third eye, become seers and be able to converse with angels and with dead saints. Huh? We read in Deuteronomy 18 that we supposed to stay away from necromancy. The individual who became spiritually or intellectually enlightened in the ancient Babylonian mysteries was initiated into the mysteries when qualified and called an illuminated. In France, under the name of Illumines, another witchcraft school appeared in Picardy in 1623, but only continued a short time because of the repressive measures taken by the papacy. However, another sect of Illumines appeared in the south of France about 1722 AD and continued until 1794. They traced their origin to the Gnostics.
The Gnostics.
Yes, sir. Here's an interesting note. It is from a sect of the Illuminati who existed in the 15th century that the Rosicrucians, an international secret society, claimed their modern fraternal order originated. See, this stuff, it goes way deeper than what.
It's much deeper than what people think it is.
Come on now.
It's much deeper than what people think it is, but it's right here in your face every day.
Come on now. That's why I said the truth hidden in plain sight. Satan has to reveal his hand. He has to tell you so you will not be left with an excuse. You can't say, "Oh, well, I didn't know." No, he gonna tell. He got to tell you.
Yeah,
the Most High,
without excuse.
And even if Satan don't tell you, the Most High will reveal it to you.
Yeah, the Most High gonna tell you.
But you will not have an excuse in the day of judgment to say, "Well, I didn't know." No, it's right here. It's right there for everybody. Either you didn't see it or you didn't go looking for it. It's right there.
Shout out to Brother Sly in the channel, man. He got an awesome channel. And that brother was talking about the Holy Ruach on one of his lessons the other day that I saw. And man, a lot of these platforms, Israelite platforms, our people be on, some of these people are witches and warlocks and they don't even know it. You better use the spirit of discernment with these people because they coming in here in disguise as Hebrews. Better have the Holy Ruach on you. You better have that spirit of discernment on you. A lot of your Israelite teachers out here, especially on the brothers and the women's side, that these little newly come up channels, you better watch them. You better know what you're looking at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a powerful, powerful statement. That's a powerful, powerful statement.
Oh, that's a powerful statement, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
That brother Sly did a powerful, powerful breakdown on that too.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. All praise to the Most High. Keep doing the work, Hebrew. It says here's an interesting note. I read it already. It says they also continue to claim that it actually derived out of the Egyptian mysteries before that time. Rosicrucianism is a mixture of both Christianity and witchcraft. The number 13 in witchcraft plays a very important part in the practice of witchcraft, as we saw earlier, 13. That number 13 is very significant. 13 Illuminati bloodline families, 13 steps. The 13th tribe. of those, claiming to be professing themselves to be Jews, right? Says, and so it does in the fraternal order of the Rosicrucians. Here from one of their own publications, the Rosicrucian Cosmo Conception by Max Hindell, we read the following. The order is not merely a secret society, it is one of the mystery schools, and the brothers are hierophants of the lesser mysteries, custodians of the sacred teachings and spiritual power more potent in the life of the Western world than any of the visible governments, though they may not interfere with humanity so as to deprive them of their free will. High-ranking witches. This what this Rosicrucianism is. Says Hindell goes on to say, like all other mystery orders, the order of Rosicrucians is formed on cosmic lines. If we take balls of even size and try how many it will take to cover one and hide it from view, we shall find it will require 12 to conceal a 13th ball. The ultimate division of physical matter, the true atom, found in interplanetary space, is thus grouped in 12 around 1. The 12 signs of the zodiac enveloping our solar system, the 12 semitones of the musical scale comprising the octave, the 12 apostles who clustered around Christ, etc. See how they threw that in there? See how they threw the 12 apostles with the solar system and musical scale.
Yeah, that's what they do. They stamp the Most High name on their wickedness, and that's what gets the gullible to jump in it.
Yes, sir.
Especially, but that spell is so powerful on Negroes, and we're gonna get that in a minute. Tell y'all, all they gotta do is stamp God's name on it. But all they gotta say, God drunk goat blood, and they'll believe it. Negroes, Negroes are front of it. I'm telling you now, our people silly. And y'all think I'm saying that to be me? I'm not. The scriptures, even the Most High call us stupid. Our people silly.
Sadish.
Jeremiah 4:22. We sadish.
Yes,
go ahead, bro. I just go ahead.
It says the Rosicrucian order is therefore also composed of 12 brothers and a 13th. All right, we will come back to the Rosicrucians in a moment, but let's go on and take another look at some other mystic schools who adopted this name Illuminati. There were others. Check this out. There were other little sects of Illuminism recorded in history, like the Illuminati of Avignon and the Illuminati of Stockholm. But none of them became a threat to freedom, liberty of conscience, and Christianity like the Illuminati of Bavaria. This secret order was founded May 1st, 1776 by one Adam Weishaupt, a professor of canon law at Ingolstadt, Germany, and an ex-Jesuit priest. You know these Jesuits secretly run the world. It says Weishaupt and his order of Illuminati we shall study in the next chapter. Now the Rosicrucians, who claim also to be illuminated or enlightened, say that Thutmose III of Egypt was the founder of their secret order. He erected 2 obelisks bearing a record of his achievements. One of the obelisks is now located in Central Park in New York. According to the Rosicrucians, after Thutmose III died, his son Amenhotep took up his father's work in their brotherhood. About the end of September 1448 BC, he was succeeded by his son Thutmose IV, who ruled from 1420 to 1411. Then came Amenhotep IV, with whose history all the Rosicrucians are greatly concerned. He was the great master in the family of the founders and the one whom they owe their philosophies and yada 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 blah blah blah. I'm gonna skip forward. Right here. So they just talking about the other schools, right? I'm gonna start right here. It says another such school for higher learning of witchcraft was found in Spain around 1520 AD. This is around the 16th century. This is around the time that our people started being transported from the west coast of Africa to Portugal. 16th century, right? And was called.
Hey, Hebrew.
Yes, sir.
You said the Jesuits, right?
Yes, sir.
So you had the Jesuits, and people need to go look up the Black Pope. It was a news article last year, a year before last, about it was the Black Pope that sits behind that curtain that nobody heard about. Right now, I bet people like in the chat like the Black Pope. You think I'm thinking about talking about a black person? No,
yeah, who is
that's
this
what
nigga?
he's called. Yeah, the Black Pope. You think the Pope that they got out there in front of you is running thing? It's the Pope behind him. They call him the Black Pope, along with these Jesuits, and along with these so-called Zionists. And okay. Now you was talking about the spells and high-ranking stuff they was just doing, what you just read right there, right?
Right.
What was they doing to our people when they was gathering us doing them 1500s, putting us on their ships? They had a what? A priest right there before they got on their ship. They was what?
Yes.
Casting spell, putting that so-called, what you see them doing in the Catholic Church, they'll touch their head, chest to their left shoulder to their right shoulder, putting spells on our people. So-called giving them baptisms and stuff like that, putting casting spells.
Yep.
Y'all, we was, boy, I don't want to get my channel flag. I don't want to get your flag. I can't say what I want to say. But go ahead, bro.
All praise to the Most High. I did a lesson. I want to say like 3-4 years ago, called the Black President, not the Black President, but the President of the World, showing the Black Pope, who they say on his website that I was bringing the information out on. They say the Black Pope is the president of the world. He secretly runs. He runs the Zionists. He runs all the secret agencies, like the intelligence agencies, and he runs all the banks. He definitely, like he said, he runs the white Pope, right? And he pretty much runs the world. Everything goes through the Black Pope. And like I said, when I read that about the Jesuits secretly run the world. And your Jesuits, guess what? They are tied to Freemasonry as well.
And now America got this American Pope over there in Rome. See, that's why you've been seeing the beast, aka Babylon, acting the fool in the earth, because they got the blessing. Their blessing from the Black Pope. That's why you see them act, this beast is on the rampage right now. You've never seen America act like this. But they acted like that, but it wasn't. They wasn't just outspoken with it or brutal with it. America just going around here kidnapping dictators. Well, they just can't do it on their own muscle. They had to go get the blessing from somewhere. Who blessed them to do it? You never heard America say they're gonna take Canada and Greenland and all of it. This beast done went crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. I want to get off of the channel because I'm just saying the people behind the scene. You need to know the shadows behind the scene. It's thinking that Trump and then the ones you see, the puppets they put in front of you, the one doing these things. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. These 10 horns are getting ready to give their power to the beast. All right. I'm gonna jump a little ahead, right? It says in Greek mythology, Hermes was known as the son. Matter of fact, I can't skip that. I can't skip that. They gotta know. We gotta get there. It says another such school for higher learning of witchcraft was found in Spain around 1520 AD and was called in the native language Los Alumbrados. It continued for about a century, then disappeared as victim of the Spanish Inquisition. Y'all know what that is? You know what the Spanish Inquisition is? Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits, almost became a victim of the Spanish Inquisition himself when the Roman Catholic Church got wind of his connection with the Alumbrados. But he was acquitted before the Inquisition court with an admonition. All right. However, there are some who hold today that the Illuminati is a front for the Roman Catholic Church to unite the world under her banner again. Huh? The deadly wound being healed. And it was this same Ignatius Loyola who founded the Illuminati. But we will learn from history that it was not Ignatius Loyola who founded the Order of Illuminati in Germany, which has continued since 1776 AD. Huh? That's a special year right there, ain't it? 1776. What else happened in 1776?
America was founded a nation. That's what. Then you said the Pope was going to unite the world, right? Is that what you said? They wanted to unite.
The Roman Catholic Church wants.
All right. What did the Roman Catholic Church just do 2 years ago, a year ago? Did they not try to unite Islam with Christianity, call it Chrislam?
They want to unite all. Me and my real was just talking about that. They want to unite all religions, one world religion.
They already built a universal church over there in Israel where they all want to unite. I think that's what they said.
Well, I mean, it's just really what the Dome of the Rock is supposed to be, but that's where they wanted it. They want it right there.
Yeah. See, everything coming to play right before our face. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. It says, now coming back to the Rosicrucians, who also use the name Illuminati for their order. The reason the Rosicrucians look back to the reign of Amenhotep the fourth was because he was the last of the great pharaohs of Egypt, and Hermes Trismegistus, whatever, the prophet, was born during his reign. There was much confusion in ancient and modern learned circles about who Hermes actually was. Scholars of mythology say he was just a myth, as was Mercury, his equivalent to the Romans. His Egyptian equivalent, say some scholars, was the Egyptian god Thoth. The god Thoth, or Hermes, was the moon god, who was the god of time and its divisions, right? He was the measurer and the god of measurements. He was also the conductor of the dead and the god of human intelligence, to whom are attributed all the productions of human art. To the pagan Egyptians, all the literature of Egypt is attributed to Hermes. All the writings that relate to the different sciences, right? Remember, when the heathen was talking about that G above his seat meant G for geometry. Y'all look into them 7 spurious sciences.
The G stands for geometry.
Yeah, look into them 7 sacred sciences.
You better talk to him, Hebrew. Boy, you teaching today. Now, I ain't got to say nothing. Just keep reading that book.
All praise. Right? It says all the writings that relate to the different sciences, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and music of the Egyptians were called by the Greeks the Hermetic books. In Greek mythology, Hermes was known as the son of Zeus and Maya. He was the god who invented dice, music, geometry, the interpretation of dreams, measures and weights, the arts, letters, etc. He was also regarded as the patron of public treatises, as the guardian of roads and writings. Thoth to the Egyptians was considered a great king, a teacher of mankind who had left books of magic and mysteries behind him. Numerous books of such sort once existed in Egypt. Clement of Alexander claimed he knew of 42 so-called Hermetic fragments, which could be found in the works of Stobaeus, Cyrillus, Sudes, and Lactantius, right? Y'all keep that number 42 in mind. That is a very, very, very important number in the world of Illuminati. 42. All right. It says the
Okay,
Hermetic.
gotcha.
Yes, sir. The Hermetic books fall into two groups. The first deals with astrology, alchemy, etc., while the others are dialogues describing the soul's regeneration in terms like the Kabbalah. This is the blasphemous doctrine that man can reach perfection through his own efforts by journeying through the higher spheres of knowledge, then after death become God. They're saying you can become God and reach perfection on your own. Just through dying after reaching a certain level of knowledge. Tradition says the Egyptian mysteries were a key to a complete knowledge of the universe and man. And this so-called knowledge was preserved in these Hermetic books, which were believed for centuries to be written by Hermes Trismegistus. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's weird. These books were universally accepted among the doctors of occultism as authentic books of Hermes until the early 17th century when they were proven to be a fraud. They had actually been written as late as the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD by a succession of anonymous Greeks living in Egypt. Right. However, that's why that's why Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson, who wore 42, and he was Thoth in Gaza. Yes, sir. I do remember that. And then shortly after that, he did the Black Panther movie, and then shortly after that, there was no more Chadwick. I do remember that. You breaking up, Hebrew. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, however, even though these Hermetic books were not directly from Hermes, as the occultists said, there are still some interesting facts to learn about who Hermes was, this legendary god of wisdom. To start, we need to take a deeper look at the other gods of the Orient who were the Eastern equivalent to the Western god Hermes. They were known in history as Nebo and Baal. Alexander Hislop, who spent years tracing down ancient gods to Babylonian origin, has some very interesting facts compiled from the ancient past in his book, The Two Babylons. Y'all go and get this book. That's a very, very, very good book. The Two Babylons. In his book, Hislop states the following. If Ninus was Nimrod, who was the historical Baal? He must have been Cush For Cush begot Nimrod, Genesis 10 and 8. And Cush is generally represented as having been a ringleader in the great apostasy. But again, Cush, as the son of Ham, was Hermes or Mercury. For Hermes is just an Egyptian synonym for the son of Ham. Now, Hermes was the great original prophet of idolatry, for he was recognized by the pagans as the author of their religious rites and the interpreter of the gods. Right? To the occultists, tradition says the Egyptian mysteries were a key to a complete knowledge of the universe and of man. But the truth is, Egypt received its knowledge of the ancient mysteries from Babylonia. In the traditions of the ancient writers, Ninus is said to be the son of Baal, who Gesenius, the ancient scribe, identifies as Nebo, the Babylonian prophetic god. And Hyginus, another ancient scribe, shows that Nebo was Mercury. And Hyginus tells how a similar legend was written about the confusion of tongues as stated in the Bible, right? I'm gonna jump down real quick, right? I'm gonna skip that. Y'all go and get this book. I'm gonna skip to this part right here where it talks about where it gets more into the Freemason, right? On page 106. It says Freemasonry, says Albert Pike, 33rd degree, is a continued effort to seek light. Albert Pike was a Confederate general during the Civil War who was honored among Masons in the South as a great Confederate hero. He was honored also among Masons as the Prince Adept, mystic, poet, and scholar of Freemasonry. In the South, he was almost considered a god man, a genius, a hero among multitudes. Pike, also a well-known American poet, was born in Boston and studied at Harvard. From 1833 to 1836, Pike was the associate editor and then proprietor of the Arkansas Advocate. His best-known poems were To the Mockingbird, The Widowed Heart, and Dixie. Little did people of Arkansas understand who they were naming their parks, streets, and a county after when they used the name Albert Pike. And ironically enough, in Tennessee and Arkansas, a tourist will find lakes and towns named after Nimrod. Albert Pike made his mark before the war in Arkansas as a lawyer and writer, but as a Confederate general, he was, according to the Arkansas Democrat of July 31, 1978, a complete washout, not a hero. Yet General Albert Pike is the only Confederate general with a statue on federal property in Washington, D.C., the home of the Masons in America, Washington, D.C. Right, that is their foundation right there. He was honored not as a commander or even as a lawyer, but as Southern Regional Leader of Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The statue stands on the pedestal near the foot of Capitol Hill. Albert Pike states in his book, Morals and Dogma, which is a Bible of Freemasonry, that Masonry is a search after light. That search leads us directly back, as you see, to the Kabbalah. In that ancient and little understood medley of absurdity and philosophy, the initiate will find the source of doctrines and may in time come to understand the Hermetic philosophers, the alchemists, and the anti-papal thinkers of the Middle Ages and Emanuel Swedenborg. All a reader needs to do is glance at the pages of Masonic books, and he will see this same philosophy taught from the Kabbalah we examined earlier. Here, Martin Wagner's book, Interpretation of Freemasonry, we read the following. The temple is a glyph for the universe, the macrocosm for the microcosm, the individual human temple. Sometimes referring to the one and sometimes to the other, the details given in the ritual concerning Solomon's temple, its artisans, apprentices, fellow crafts, masters, pilasters, etc., are related to conceal the real Masonic meaning or give an apparently rational explanation to the ceremony. These things are the rubbish of the temple under which the real masonry is concealed. See, there's always something beneath the surface. Got to keep digging, family. Masonry uses symbols of the Bible to hide real Masonic meaning behind their Hermetic rites. They just use the name Solomon for their temples. The truth is, Solomon, the king of Israel, was not a Mason, nor did he ever have any connection with Freemasonry. The real reason Freemasonry uses the name Solomon is to hide the real names of the sun gods from 3 different nations. Again, from an interpretation of Freemasonry by Martin Wagner, we read the following. This name Solomon is not the Israelitish king. It is name in form, but different in its meaning. It is a substitute which is externally like the royal name. This name is a composite Solomon. Sol-Am-On. The name of the sun in Latin, Indian, and Egyptian, and is designed to show the unity and is designed to show the unity of several God ideas in the ancient religions. Hold on, I got you here, bro. Did I not copy it? What's going on? I'm hitting the wrong button. Right. Sol-Amon, the names of the sun in Latin, Indian, and Egyptian, and is designed to show the unity of several God ideas in the ancient religions, as well as with those of Freemasonry. Freemasonry lodge meetings at this present day are usually held in the upper chambers of their lodges. The worshippers of Baal, the sun god, erected their idols and altars on tops of hills, among sacred groves, or on the roofs of houses. Now in another authorized Masonic publication, we read the following. Lodge meetings at present day are usually held in upper chambers, and the reason for this custom is that before the erection of temples, the celestial bodies were worshipped on hills and terrestrial ones in valleys. Then he tell the children, and the Most High tell the children of Israel, they on every high hill and green mountain, under every green tree. They on the hills and in the valleys, worshiping the gods of the heathen. And our people don't know they are doing it to this very day, worshiping these same gods on every high hill and under every green tree to this day. Right, it says here again from another authorized Masonic publication, more shocking information about these Masonic lodges and the sacred meaning of GAOTU from the Master's Carpet by Edmund Ronayne, past Grand Master of Lodge 639 in Chicago, we read the following. The Lodge room then is brought before us as a symbol of the universe governed by the sun god, and its cubical form expressed in the language of the ritual is made to represent the united power of light and darkness and the constant conflict which is supposed to be always going on between them. In other words, the Lodge room is the real heaven. They say their Lodge room is the real heaven. In miniature, where the god of nature, the G-A-O-T-U always presides, where his symbol is always displayed, where his worship is always practiced. And when the good Mason dies, he is simply transferred from this lower heaven of this lodge below to the Mount Olympus of the craft called the Grand Lodge above. You can't make this stuff up. We see what God these people are worshiping. And if you have anybody in your family or a friend, co-worker, or whatever that claims themselves to be a Mason, you need to, tell them to go and buy this book. All right. Where I'm at. Right. It says, in the Hindu religion, the sun god, as many others, was worshipped, as we saw earlier, as a trinity. The trinity was formed because of the three phases of the sun's course. All right. And that's why they try to link. See, they take their wickedness and try to put it with the Bible. They got a trinity, so they want to make a trinity in the Bible with the Father, his Son, and the Ruach. But it said these three are one. No trinity. All right. It says, at sunrise, the Hindu worshipped his sun god as Brahma. At noon, he was Siva or Shiva. And at sunset, he became Vishnu. Now, the high priest of sun worship pretended to be the incarnation of the sun gods. And so do the wonderful master, the senior warden, and the junior warden of these Masonic lodges. Here from the Freemason's Guide by Daniel Sickles on page 66, we read the following. The worshipful master represents the sun at its rising. The senior warden represents the sun at its setting. And the junior warden represents the sun at meridian. In Baal worship, which is witchcraft, it is taught that the god of nature, the ruler of the zodiac, the sun, was both male and female. I remember these Negroes that came outside and was reading this book that said the Messiah was both male and female in this book called The Gospel of the Holy 12. I remember that to this day. It says, now the three gods of the Trinity, or three great lights, sun, moon, and stars, right? The three great lights. There are many. There's a plethora of stars. There's probably trillions of stars. So how you gonna make lights? How you gonna make the stars like one light? Stupid. Well, three great lights, the sun, moon, and stars, were symbolized as the geometric symbol which the Greeks called the delta or the triangle. The Egyptian pyramids to the sun are solid figures on a triangular square with sloping sides meeting at an apex, right? The male and female elements of the sun god were symbolized, as we saw earlier, by two pyramids or triangles. The male symbolized a triangle pointing upward, the female pointing downward, As we saw earlier, the pagans combined the two to form what is called the hexagram. Right? The hexagram. That's that 6-pointed star that, a lot of Hebrew Israelites are wearing on their garments. It's called a hexagram for a reason. When you put a hex on somebody, what are you doing? Performing witchcraft. This is one of the most evil signs of witchcraft. There you go. This is it is used in magic to control spirits or demons. It is used by witches to cast a spell, to charm, or injure a person or his property. One of the most common uses for this symbol is the Star of David in the Jewish faith. This 6-pointed star commonly used by the deceived Jews. I'm going to read that again. This 6-pointed star commonly used by the deceived Jews is called the Seal of Solomon among Masons. And the 5-pointed star called the pentagram that witches get in the center of to cast their spells is also a Masonic symbol. They call the pentagram the blazing star. Now, keeping in mind that Freemasonry is astrological. Astrological. That's what I meant. Now, keeping in mind that Freemasonry is astrological in all areas, as this will help us see other deceptions as we go on. All star worship, as originally taught by the Babylonians, says man's soul is immortal, and at death he had a place in heaven among the stars. However, the chief gods of the zodiac were the 7 stars. 7 spiritual sciences. Sun, moons, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn. All right. Remember, stars. See, stars, but they'll tell you Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn are planets. They tell you Mars is inhabitable. You can go live on Mars, but it's a star. How can you live on a ball of light? The Bible says a star is a ball of light. How can you live on a ball of light? You might well say you can live on the sun. Says the morning star, which is the east star, the phoenix. I'm going to bring that out on the Serpent Seed series. The phoenix, remember that. Phoenix, we're going to read in this very same book that Phoenix was a name for Lucifer. The morning star, which is the east star, the phoenix or Venus to the Romans, was the nocturnal representation of the hidden sun god Osiris or his soul according to Egyptian mythology. He was called Athar, the east star among the Arabs, which accordingly meant Lucifer, the illuminated one. The Masons have adopted the name the blazing star to describe this symbol, which the evil sign of witchcraft, the pentagram, derived with its 2 horns pointing, its 2 horns attacking heaven. The blazing star to describe this symbol, which the evil sign of witchcraft derived with its 2 horns attacking heaven. When you see that inverted pentagram, this right here, they say these 2 right here are the horns that are supposedly attacking heaven. And it represents Lucifer or the goat, Baphomet. Right? Says Albert Pike says in his book Morals and Dogma, our French brethren place this letter Yod, right, in the center of the blazing star, and in the old lectures, our ancient English brethren said the blazing star or glory in the center refers us to that grand luminary, the sun, which enlightens the earth and by its genial influence dispenses blessings to mankind. Pike goes on to say they call it also in the same lectures an emblem of prudence. The word prudentia means in its original and fullest signification foresight, and accordingly the blazing star has been regarded as an emblem of omniscience, right? Or the all-seeing eye, which the Egyptian initiates was the emblem of Osiris the creator. With the yod in the center, it has the Kabbalistic meaning of the divine energy manifested as light, creating the universe. So this is why they call Lucifer, who they're referring to, the great architect, because they believe, as we just read, that he created the universe. Right? And you see, these are some of these symbols right here. See that? Then one on this one right here. You see, this is what you see when you see that emblem on the Eastern Star. You know, it'd be white and you had like the blue and red and all of that. Right? Oh, that's all. That's all.
They had those stars on their military uniforms and stuff too.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your sheriff, you see sheriff with his 6-pointed badge, and the police departments, and all of these is soldiers for Satan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right there in our face.
Right there in our face, here, bro. Right there. And I was telling my reel, we was watching some last night, and we got into a discussion, and the pentagram, not the pentagram, the Pentagon was on the screen, and I was like, it's amazing why the Pentagon, they always show the Pentagon from a certain angle, and the Pentagon is always inverted. And it's a pentagon, it has 5 sides, and yeah, it looks exactly like that right there in the middle, just a little more round. Yeah, right there in our face. Well, family, that's all I'm gonna give y'all for the night. Most High willing, we come back with part 2, and bring out some more. I'm gonna bring out this the hexagram. The hexagram, the Masons call the seal of Solomon, and they also call it, it says the ignorant or the deceived Jews call it the Star of David. But yeah, on the next video, most high willing, I'm gonna bring out some more videos. I got a plethora of videos to bring out and talk about the women of Freemasonry and the great work. All right. And then we're gonna get into these sororities and fraternities and how they are also linked to Freemason. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick right here. This is Google Gemini. This is Google Gemini, right? And I asked, I said, what percentage of Christian pastors are linked to Freemasonry, right? It says there is no official comprehensive census tracking the percentage of all Christian pastors who are Freemasons, as both churches and Masonic lodges are decentralized. Research and denominational studies provide several benchmarks, particularly within the United States. The estimated percentages by denomination. The most specific data comes from a 1993 study by the Southern Baptist Convention, the largest Protestant denomination in the U.S. The research found pastors approximately 14% were or had been members of Masonic lodges. Deacon chairmen, roughly 18%, were Masons. Other leaders, around 13% of directors of missions and 12% of church clerks, held Masonic membership. General membership, check this out. General membership estimates suggested between 400 and 500,000 Southern Baptist men were Masons in 1993. In 1993. This is in 93.
It's more than that. It's more than
I'm
that.
saying, this was just in 1993.
Right.
It's probably way more than that now. This was what? Well, don't let me get the line with my math. 20, 33 years ago. That's ironic. 33 years ago, huh?
Too. You shouldn't have brought that up.
Right. It said while the SBC study provides a concrete number, the link between pastors and Freemasonry varies widely depending on the theological tradition. Mainline Protestants, Methodists, Episcopalians, Presbyterians, etc., membership is historically common. It says Masonic membership is historically common among Methodists, Episcopalians, and Presbyterians. Many of these denominations have no official stance against Freemasonry, and it is not unusual for their clergy to be active members. Catholicism, the link is effectively 0% for active clergy. Allegedly, the Catholic Church has maintained a formal ban of Freemasonry since 1738, allegedly. Joining is considered a grave sin that prevents a member from receiving Holy Communion, allegedly. Evangelical and Pentecostal, these groups are often the most vocal critics. While some pastors remain members, as seen in the SBC study, many denominations like the Assemblies of God and the Church of Nazarene officially discourage or forbid it, citing incompatible secret oaths. I definitely agree with that, right? Why are the numbers declining? Historically, the percentage of Masonic pastors was likely much higher in the early to mid 20th century, when Freemasonry was a primary center for community leadership. Today, the link is allegedly weakening due to declining membership and theological pushback.
Yeah, because the truth, we're getting close to the end. The truth is being revealed. Like back during the 90s, it was very easy to hide it. During the 80s and 70s, it was easy to hide it, and they mashed it as community outreach. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Now we in the era of the internet, social media, and research, and we got the library at the tip of our fingertips called this smartphone. We able to find these things out, and this is what they really do. This is what it really is, just like all the information you brought out. And they always used to pride themselves in being in secrecy. But you Negro Masons, you have no secrets. I don't understand why you pride you have no secrets.
Come on now.
You just a offshoot of the whole thing through Prince Hall.
Yeah, they don't let the Negro know nothing.
Yeah, but they give you some trinkets, they give you some prestige, and they throw you a bone here and there. You felt like you arrived. You Negroes being used.
I believe the only way a Negro can get into the Scottish Rite to receive that those mysteries is if I think they gotta pay their way in or something like that. But
I don't know how they get it that mess. They're on
I
that
know
side.
I know Jay-Z is he's a Scottish Rite.
Or they have to vouch for you. Somebody in there have to vouch for you, and you have to have a major influence on the minds of the people. So that's why Jay-Z, they let Jay-Z in there.
Or he had to get his butt plugged.
They got plugged. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the reason why I read y'all that, family, about those religions, right? Check this out. Y'all know this. Y'all familiar with this list of these men right here, right? All these man-made religions, right? We just read Baptist, Pentecostal. But see, they will tell you that John Smith, Parham, and William Miller are not Freemasons. They will tell you that. But in fact, all of these men right here are Freemasons. All of them. All of your man-made religion comes from men who are Freemasons.
And on every last one of these guys' church, not their churches, but the churches in America, if you go look at the cornerstone of all these churches, you will find the Masonic symbol on the cornerstone.
Yes, sir.
I won't say it again. On all these churches, black, white, green, blue, it don't matter. Go look at the cornerstone on them churches. You will find the Masonic symbol. See, brothers and sisters, before the truth came to us, we always been in Satan's church and didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
This is why in our community we call them spiritual whorehouses, because that's what they are. When you drop this information on the Negro, their head explode. Their mind can't perceive what we saying. See, somebody gonna come across my Facebook page and see this, and it's gonna shock them. I'm like, and it's gonna sound like I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy.
Y'all just some conspiracy nuts. All right.
See, that goes back to that John 4:22. You know not what you worship. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. See, I know what salvation is. Do you? It ain't in those spiritual whorehouses.
You in the spirit Hebrew. We literally read there earlier.
Oh, for real? Oh, okay, let me be quiet. I don't want to.
Yeah, now you in the spirit Hebrew. Keep going. No good spirit.
But yeah, man, that's it though. I mean, you just brought out this good information about the Seal of Solomon and the Gnostics and the Jesuits and the Zionists, all of this stuff that they put in our face every day. And our people do not pick up on, the language of what are they saying, the symbols, how they speak to each other. They speak through symbols, through they symbolic. You know what I'm saying? See, when I watch the Trump and them go up there and do they press conferences and stuff like that, I watch their hand movements. I see the Masonic hands. You know what I'm saying? I see all that. Oh, look at that. Look at it. But see, to the average person, you won't see it.
Yeah. And gotta listen for them key words too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that heathen, I ain't played a whole video, but that heathen on that first video, he was letting us know about them, you know, the Mahabone and all of them key words that, you know, a master mason says to another master mason to let them know that he's a master mason. And
It's the Mason. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I used to be a part of that world. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm glad that the Most High brought me out of that, but I'm glad I went through it to know a little bit that I did pick up on to see these things in the, you know, through the scripture and to educate brothers and sisters what it is what that you getting into. That those that trying to join these, you know, every now and then I get somebody come up and ask me because they knew I used to be in it. And that's when I start dropping these jewels on them. You know, like, wait a minute, you don't want to go serve Satan. That's what you're doing.
No, sir.
They'll be like, what? I say, yeah. Let me educate you right quick. Let me show you. You know, I show them the literature. I show them what it is they do in there and stuff like that. You know, it ain't what you think it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they have a altar.
Yeah.
You see, when you brought up the altar and all of that, that's in the church.
Mm-hmm.
They had their meetings in the church. They had their altar in the church. See, when you bring it up behind those secret groves and altars that you was talking about a while ago, the descriptions that our people were doing back then, Israel was doing. You remember when he told Ezekiel, look behind this door, I show you greater abominations than these. You know what he talking about? Hey, you want to know some greater abomination that these folks doing? Hey, you think they're so prestigious in your community? They some butt bumpers. I'm gonna leave it right there. We show you greater abomination than these. The Most High show it to you.
Yes, sir. And they are definitely look, and they doing the same exact things that were done in Sodom. The same exact things on both sides. They like, you know, men rectum and they wife swapping. And when you read the book of Joshua, it say every year, once every year, men would take their virgin daughters and their wives and give them to their neighbor to have for I think it was like a year or a month or however long it was. However long it was too long. Shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening.
But you want to see that? That's why we in captivity to this day, because we want to do what the heathen was doing. See, we want to be the divine nine, master masons, and what's that other one? Where they go across the burning sand? What they call that crap? Shriners. You want to be the shrine. You know, Negro want to be everything but a commandment keeper or the Most High. Fear God, keep His commandment. You don't want to be that. But I want to go be what the heathen's doing.
That's amazing.
See, a lot of these people you see out here that's black people that are successful in life, and you think it's God blessing them. No, that's not God. And they're part of these sororities and fraternities. No, that ain't God blessing.
See, our people don't read the scripture, huh? The God of this world tried to bless the creator of this world, didn't it, brother?
No, say it again. Hey, go to Matthew 4. Go to Matthew 4 and read it to him, Hebrew.
You know where I'm going. The God of this world tried to bless the creator of this world. Right? Matthew chapter 4, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 7. It says, Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou fall down and worship me. Guess what you gonna
fall
get?
Down and worship me. Go ahead, too.
Huh? Guess what you gonna get? You see, they want you to worship the worshipful master.
The wonderful worship master. That's it. Talk to him.
Get all the benefits, and you get off scot-free when you get your tickets, and get your get out of jail free card. You get to bump shoulders with all the the rich men, the governors and the mayors and city councils, and
Yeah,
you
get the bump shoulders. Yeah, you get the bump shoulders with the gay governors and the prestigious homosexuals of our that's in our face in public offices. Yeah, you get the bump. You get to be all that. You get the money. Oh man, you get the S-Class 5 Mercedes Benz, the big house. And look what God is doing. Look what God has done for you. You in your Q-Dog and your Divine 9 Alpha Cap, all that, AKA, you just think you're a ride because you got your degrees, and knowing the whole time, you been over there sucking the tits of the devil.
And don't even know it. That's the sad thing about it. No, you know what? Most High ain't gonna have him blind like that, because he didn't leave me blind. No, they know they sucking the tits of the devil and don't care. Come on, that's what I was about to say. Now, some of them do know, and they just don't care. They just don't care. But family, all praise, glory unto the Most High, man. I pray y'all was edified. Pray y'all got some good understanding on this. Like I said, this is just part one. We're gonna be going even deeper. And the goal and the mission is to continue to tear down the kingdom of Satan and enlighten our people to what's really going on behind these closed doors, so we can be aware and stay away from these things. So when we watch a movie and we see certain things, we can be like, oh yeah, that was set up. And we listen to like the brother said and mentioned, these politicians giving their speeches, and we heard these certain words or what they insinuating and speaking about. We're like, oh yeah, that's what they really run this earth. They are the ministers of Satan, and the whole of their mission is to bring about the Antichrist. That's the totality of their mission, just to give y'all a forerunner of where we're going with this whole series. Their whole mission is to bring about the Antichrist, and they are almost there. I mean, he's here, but certain things have to happen in prophecy before he even reveals himself and before he announces himself as the Antichrist.
Well, he ain't gonna say he the Antichrist. He gonna say he's God.
Yeah. Announcing, claiming that he is God and above all that is God.
Yep.
Standing in the holy place.
And he gonna have these miracles, which is sorcery and witchcraft, deceiving the people, deceiving the nations. But it's one thing that Joker can't do.
Raise the dead.
He can't raise the dead.
Yes, sir. Yes,
the church
sir.
folks that go to church on Sunday, they're going to church, getting ready for church this morning. You wouldn't know that. See. I'm on y'all. Y'all, it's time for you. It's just too late in the game for y'all be this ignorant. Go ahead, bro. Let's
come on. Come on. It's 2026, man. It's 2026, man. It's too late. You got way more than just books now. We in the age of technology, and you still don't know that Christianity is a lie, that it was made up by your oppressor. You still don't know that white Jesus was created by somebody who enslaved your forefathers. You still don't know that your God looks like you. You still don't know that your Messiah hair is not allegedly, but is as nappy and kinky as yours, and he has dreadlocks and woolly hair, just like you.
Woolly
You
hair?
still don't know that the chosen children of Israel were your ancestors. You still don't know. In
You still don't know?
2026, now you're choosing to be ignorant.
Because you want to be ignorant. It's easy to be ignorant.
But guess what? Well, guess what? Jacob's trouble is going to come upon all of Jacob's children. And just because you are ignorant thereof doesn't make you exempt.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
you
no.
going to wonder, why is they treating you like this? Because you's a nigga.
Yeah, and those of you that hold prestigious offices like police chief, mayors, congressmen, and all of this, you better go read the King Alpha plan, because when the boo-boo hit the fan, when Jacob Trouble kick off, they kicking your black behind out of office.
You the first to go.
You the first to go.
No, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Felicia.
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh. See, that's what you don't know. Oh, they pat you on the back, wink their eye at you. You think you have a ride with your oppressor. Boy, you Negroes is crazy. But God is making everything that was secret out in He putting the secret out in the open for you to see.
Yes, sir.
And these great abominations that they do behind the scenes is going to be made known too. Yeah, go chew on that.
Yes, sir. It's time to wake up, family. It's time to wake up. Come on up out of her, and be ye separate, that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah, come out of her, my people. That's Revelation. What? Yeah, 18. Yeah,
18:4. Yes, sir.
And then it's over there in Jeremiah 51. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah 51 as well, talking about the same thing. That come out of her, my people, is come out of her churches, out of her sororities, out of her fraternities. That means come out of all of that wickedness. But only a few is chosen. Only a few of us took the call, and it's a few more that's gonna come out of there. It's a lot coming out. Just like that video I sent you. Even though those sisters came out, all praise to the Most High of those sororities, and is exposing it. Yeah. Right. But they're still in the stench of Christianity at the same time. But the Most High gonna reveal some, because he take you through the stages, and they're gonna see the game behind that as well, and they're gonna come out of there. It's just a process, you know what I'm saying? Sir. It's a process. But yeah.
All praise. Most High willing, man. We gonna open up with that video, because man, I was listening in the first 5 minutes. I was like,
boy, hey. I might bring that out tomorrow. I mean, today Sunday. Yeah, I might bring that out today. I've been sitting on. I found it the other day. I said, "Man, this is good."
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, they're finna ruffle some feathers there."
Boy, especially in my area, because they full of them sorority sisters. Boy, I said, I got to get this on the platform. I got to play this.
Yes, sir.
I got to break this down through the scriptures, boy.
Well, man, I'll pray, man. I appreciate you coming on, Hebrew, and building with me. All praise to the Most High for the family in the chat, man. Shalom to y'all. I pray y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day, morning, and the rest of y'all day. I'm finna get off of here, because right now where I'm at, it is 3:30 in the morning, and your brother is tired, boss.
All right, Hebrew, I'm going.
All right, man. Love y'all, family. Peace and blessings. I pray y'all was edified, and shalom.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity. It's so much wrong in the world, how could we ever get it right? The bread of life free, ain't gotta steal a bite. Yeah, for sure your friend might be your dog, but he's still a bite. And when the trouble hits, you lean on active, it's like Killer Mike. You say that you a killer, right? I beg to differ, consider them hitters quick to pull a trigger, but a run from a pillar fight. Instead of heaven's treasures, they chase cheese like a field of mice, to shine like the sun, but ain't brighter than a Miller Lite. Hey, wait a minute, Jake, who taught you all this hate? Same way you get your pay, same way you meet your fate. Life or death, you wanna die and wanna go home. Coming out of Babylon ain't something you wanna prolong. Get wealthy, put your bro on. But we in the last days where love waxing colder than a snow cone. Damn, even with a spoon they won't get you out of jam. Was all good while y'all was eating, now you the sacrificial lamb. Yeah, it's gang gang till it's time to take a charge. Won't live to save your soul, but you will die to save a car. Man, where your head at? Won't open up the Bible, running around steady asking where the bread at. And you can feast if you really wanna eat. You say that you believe, but you gotta move your feet. Make sure that you be careful what you squeezing out your teeth, cause fire coming to the earth and you ain't ready for that heat. Look, I'ma speak the truth until they scared straight. Can't ever elevate, trying to carry all that dead weight. And y'all court is pure conviction like a Fed case. So walk in his commandments with a limp or if a leg break. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Daily trying to kill his flesh so I can live in the spirit. Tuning out the world till his voice is all that I'm hearing. Grab a hot iron in my conscience, his word what I'm saying. On that highway to heaven, no looking back, ain't no fearing. Hey, walking down this path is hard, but his yoke is easy. If I told you all the times I fail, you probably won't believe me. But every time I fail, I got back up, knock off the dust. Wise men moving silent, live the script and learn to hush. We ain't have to hit casinos to learn how to deal. Read my book inside the freezer just to learn how to chill. Fill my cup with y'all knowledge overflowing till it spill. Attack Satan in the spirit like I'm going on a drill. Clip full of ammo and I'ma shoot it till I hit. Shooting script like jumpers, know it's all in the wrist. And I'm all for the risk. If they thinking it's a game, I know it's legions by name. I got them all on my list. And I'm about to scratch them off like I'm trying to hit the lotto. I'm going full throttle, spitting verses fully auto. I'm out with the old, new wine, new bottle. If you living in the dark, search for light and learn to follow. The day I found Christ is when I lost a lot of close friends. If I could talk about this pain, imagine what I hold in. I had to readjust, was losing focus like a broke lens. Can teach you about life and death, familiar with both ends. I'm really trying to live with no sin. If you don't follow Christ or keep commands, we can't relate and we ain't no kin. Two.